Reactive dogs, massive topic, people speak about it at length, and people are still struggling with it all over the world. This morning, we came across, on our dog walk, a lady that was struggling with it massively. Beautiful big black lab, but super reactive towards the dogs. Okay? So, this is coming to you from the place of not just a professional, but somebody who's lived with and trained and rehabbed a dog, not pointing any fingers, who in his younger days was reactive. So I understand the struggle, I understand how infuriating it can be, how stressful it can be. So when I give this advice, it is coming from a place of both knowledge and practical experience. And I get how hard it is. Okay? But before I go into that, let's understand this. 99% of dog reactivity comes from a place of fear. Okay? That's just the case. So put a pin in that for just a second until I talk about what to do as a dog owner who's walking your dog and your dog's not reactive, but you come across somebody who is walking a reactive dog. Because as a dog community, we need to do better at supporting each other, at not getting annoyed with each other, at trying to help each other. Doesn't matter if you've got a show line, gold standard Shiba Inu or whatever else, whatever breed you want to have that you're doing shows with, and it doesn't matter if you've got a dog that was born in the jungle. Okay? We all love dogs. Let's help each other out here. If you see somebody with a reactive dog or even a potentially reactive dog, attempt to create distance between yourself and the reactive dog. Whether this is crossing the street or jumping down into like a little grass verge, something that you can do to make it a little bit less stressful for the reactive dog and the reactive dog's handler. Super important. Secondly, don't create a fuss. This goes for you whether it's a dog reacting to another dog or a person that the dog is reacting to. If you're scared of dogs, I appreciate that. I'm sorry that you have obviously experienced something that's created that, or maybe it's just something that you have. I would strongly advise doing something to try and help yourself get over that fear, because you know they're one of the most common animals in our urban areas. So I certainly wouldn't want to walk around with the fear of an animal that I am almost certainly going to see every day. But don't hang around, create space, and for heaven's sake, understand the dog is reacting through fear. If you overreact and you put more stress onto that dog, it will make things worse. Okay? So that's all I wanted to say on that point. Person with the reactive dog. First of all, you do not solve fear with more fear. Adding pain, discomfort, trying to intimidate, any of those things, doing that to your dog, especially in the case of reactivity, is going to make it worse for your dog in the long run. Yes, I know, I understand that it is frustrating, that it is something that's annoying. Yes, I understand that there's practitioners in this industry who will advise you to do that. But if you wouldn't want your medical doctor in the hospital using technology and knowledge based solely on 40 years ago, don't do the same for somebody trying to help you with your dog. So what I would suggest is, instead of creating fear, stress into this situation, we want to ensure that, first of all, you're doing something about it. So you've hired somebody who's using modern science-based behavioral methods to rehabilitate your dog, but also using the correct tools. A dual-clipped harness so that you've got more control of your dog's movement without creating additional stress. Making sure you understand how to walk your dog so that your dog can understand that walking right beside you, so that you can create space between them and the reactive dog, is okay, and it doesn't become a trigger. And then when you've got the help you need, you can start working on counter conditioning, then you're working on desensitization, then finally you're going to be working on appropriate socialization. Now this means that you're replacing the feeling that your dog has when they see another dog or whatever triggers them. Then you're getting to the stage where they just don't react at all. It's just a non-entity. And then with socialization, you're ensuring that they are okay around other dogs and they understand how to be with other dogs. This does not mean that you can then take your once reactive dog to the dog park every single day and everything's going to be nice and happy. Your dog just might not like that. I don't necessarily like every person I meet. I don't necessarily make friends with every person I meet. I don't expect my dogs to do the same thing. Okay? Now, that was a very small amount of information on a very large topic. If you are out there and if you are struggling with a reactive dog, please do not suffer in silence. Don't just think, I just need to ride this out. No. Help your dog, help yourself, and find the correct person or persons, coach, to help you and help your dog get through this, because it is an extremely stressful situation for not just you, but for your dog as well.